welcome to another video and also the first video of 2026. In this video, I thought I would just do something simple and go over my favorite things from 2025. You know me, I love books, so let's start with books first. First is a new book that I read that came out in 2025. And that book is none other than My Friends by Fredrik Backman. I loved this book. I read it not too long after it came out, and ever since I read it, I was pressuring my mom to read it, like, Mom, you have to read this book, you have to read this book. And she procrastinated reading it for quite a while, and then once she actually read it, she fell in love with it. I actually really loved this book so much that I want to reread it. I'm currently reading the Throne of Glass series, and you know those books, they are quite thick. But once I am done with that book, I'm really hoping to jump back into this book because it is just so well written. His writing is just unlike other writing that I've come across. So I loved this book. Next is a book series that I finished in 2025 because I read quite a lot of standalone books. I also read quite a couple. Like I said, I'm busy reading the Throne of Glass series, and that's a very long series and I haven't finished it yet. But my favorite series that I did read in 2025 is the Cerulean Sea series. This series is so sweet and so well written. I've read the first and I've read the second book. The second book I just read on my Kindle because I got this for my birthday. And then I read the second book, I think like a month ago. And it is really, really good. I love the magic of it. And I love, specifically in the second book, how the children are written. They are very distinctive characters. And even though this is written by someone who is older, they think like children and they have stories like children. And it's just so easy to see yourself in these children. And also with just how the second book was written in particular, I would find myself just bursting out laughing, and that's not a type of reader that I am with other books. So really enjoyed the Cerulean Sea series. Lastly, in the book category is a classic book that I read in 2025 that's been out for a while and just never read it before, and that is Beloved. I had to read it for AP Lit, so you can see lots of tabs, well, the tabs are specifically the chapters because the chapters aren't numbered, but like it is highlighted and annotated and that sort of thing. And this is just such a beautifully written story. I actually would read this book while listening to the audiobook by Toni Morrison just because I liked hearing it in her voice, and the voice that she had for Setha and Beloved and Denver. I thought it was really well done. I actually have one tab here that is the only quote tab that I have, but just, it's sad, but I found it just really well written, and even prevalent in me and some other people today, is in a world where even when you were a solution, you were a problem, which I just think is a very interesting way to look at things. Beloved, loved it. I didn't watch the movie, I saw mixed reviews for it, but I loved the book. Speaking of movies, favorite animated movie that came out in 2025 has to be K-pop Demon Hunters. That movie is so good. Calling it now, it is going to win the Oscar for Best Animated Feature. It is, everyone knows the song Golden, and parents probably hate that movie because their kids love it and just want to watch it 24/7. Very good movie. Okay, a show that I watched for the first time, I'm still actually watching it, that I never watched before, is The Office.
Oh my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm.
What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure?
Stay calm.
I never watched it. Obviously, there are some jokes that haven't aged well, but there are lots of sweet moments, and for someone who loves movies and loves looking at them through a directorial standpoint, the way that they would do the dramatic moments, like when, spoiler alert, when Jim found out that Pam was pregnant, how they did that moment, and the engagement and their wedding, it was all done so well. So I loved that. Being able to balance the comedy and the dramatic moments, I thought they did really well. A classic I've never seen but I saw for the first time in 2025 is Pirates of the Caribbean. Never saw it, really enjoyed it. Especially the second one, I was really impressed by the CGI for Davy Jones, and I thought that stood up really well. But if we're gonna talk classics, we have to talk peak classic that I saw for the first time in 2025, and that is Good Will Hunting. I saw that movie and did Poet Society for the first time, but Good Will Hunting has just stuck with me, and I love it. It's a classic for a reason. Lastly, in our movies category is a new movie that came out in 2025 that isn't animated. That is one of my favorites, is Marty Supreme. I actually saw it for the first time yesterday on New Year's Eve because yes, I'm filming this before. Anyway, I saw it for the first time on New Year's Eve and it was so good. Timothée Chalamet, so impressive. The ping pong scenes, and then also directorially I really enjoyed. I've never seen Uncut Gems, but it's the same director as Uncut Gems, and actually at one point my brother leaned over to my mom and said, hey, have you ever seen Uncut Gems? This reminds me of it. And it reminded me of a Challenges standpoint, especially in the like table tennis matches. It reminded me of the tennis matches and Challenges. So really enjoyed Marty Supreme. And from a directorial standpoint, one of my favorite moments is, obviously if you haven't seen this movie, spoiler alert, but when he is looking at his child and through the glass, because you know, like babies are in like their nursery in the hospital and he's looking at his child through the glass isn't actually perfectly clean. There are little smudges and stuff on it, like parents leaning their forehead on the glass to look at the babies. I love finding those little details, and Marty Supreme is full of them. Next up is music. So new album that came out in 2025. I'm a Taylor Swift girly. I love a T-Swizzle, so of course I loved Life of a Showgirl. I thought it was really good, and it was just a really fun upbeat balance, because we're so used to her other songs like Tortured Poets Department and Midnights, with her a tiny bit on the darker side, so it was nice to see her back into this poppy and happy era. New musical that I listened to is Epic the Musical and Death Becomes Her. Death Becomes Her was actually the album I listened to the most in 2025, but Epic is the album, like Epic the Musical is the show that I listen to and belt it when I drive on the highway, and also that I sit and listen to and think, okay, directorially, how would I do this? So if anyone wants to hear me rant about Epic for a while, I would be more than happy to. And Death Becomes Her, a classic, so funny. Megan Hilty, Jennifer, I can't remember her last name, it's something with an S, but they're both so incredibly talented. And lastly, a single that came out that I loved is The Sun by Brittany Broski. Yes, I know I'm having a YouTuber who's one of my favorites, but she made a point of like, I like making music, why the heck shouldn't I be allowed to when it's good? And The Sun is really, really good. I just loved the idea of it, of like, how can you say I'm too good for you but not good enough to be with you, almost, if that makes sense. It was a very good song, highly recommend listening to it. Okay, my favorite makeup and skincare things from 2025. The Rare Beauty mascara. I've started using non-waterproof mascara just because I like being able to take it off at the night and not worry about residue that can sometimes get in my eye and irritate my eye, and I love the Rare Beauty mascara. Even though it is not waterproof, I have had situations where I was crying and it did not smear, so good mascara. The Beauty of Joseon sunscreen. It is the sunscreen I use every single day. It is so good. It feels good on my skin, but then also sometimes when I have sunscreen on my face, I'll then go and rub my eye, and it's one of the sunscreens that doesn't irritate my eyes. Ever since I was about, I want to say 13, I've struggled with milia on my cheeks, and I've tried what feels like everything. I've been to dermatologists, I've been to doctors, I've been to everyone, and I've had facialist people, not facialist, what's it called? It's right on the tip of my tongue. Estheticians, that's what it is. I've been to estheticians who all tell me different things, that it's KP, it's milia, and nothing has worked until I found this on Amazon. This product I found on Amazon, I'll have everything linked down below that I mentioned in this video, but this, I've been using it for about a month and it has worked so much better than all the other brands that I've been using. I've almost finished it and I can feel a difference on my skin. I can see a difference. So if you have milia on your cheeks and are along like your jaw, give this a try. Rosemary oil for your hair. I have had through some health struggles where I lost parts of my hair, and I've been trying to regrow my hair, and rosemary oil has really helped with that. You can see like these little baby curls compared to like my other curls. These are new and they have actually been helping, and I can see the hair growth when I use hair oil. I oil my hair, I do a mix of a bunch of different oils, but rosemary is the one that gives you the most growth. Lastly, in the makeup and skincare category is the eyelash serum by The Ordinary. I love it. I have been using it, I think I think I started using it in 2025 and I can see a difference. My lashes are so much longer. Every time I go get a facial, or when I did get my eyelashes tinted, they would say, oh wow, you have really thick and full lashes, and I used to not. So if you want a good eyelash serum, that's quite affordable, the Ordinary Eyelash Serum. And this is going to be a weird category, but these are my favorite things that I didn't do in 2025. I know, it's weird, but stay with me. I didn't buy any trendy makeup. I didn't buy any Rhode, Summer Fridays, Laneige. I didn't buy any of that because it was trending. I have a few staples that I love and I just keep them in my rotation. I am also still a big believer in Project Pan, so I didn't buy anything until I finished that current product. I didn't buy a new water bottle. Everyone loves the Owalas. I love Owala too, but I have no reason to buy a new water bottle when I have a functioning and good water bottle. And it is actually getting on its last leg, so at some point I will need to buy a new one, but I will not buy a new one until this one breaks or I lose it. So didn't participate in that micro trend. And another trend I didn't participate in is buying Wicked merch. If you go anywhere, you will see Wicked merch. I feel like if you walk into any store, you'll find anything. Ariana Grande was just talking about it, I think on Jimmy Fallon, about how some of it got a bit out of hand. Like there was mac and cheese themed Wicked. I didn't buy a single piece of that merch because I am a really, really big fan, but I'm not gonna buy a product just because it's related to a movie. I mean, let me rephrase that, because I have bought like products based off a movie, but I'm not buying a special edition version of a product just because it was for a movie, if that makes sense. So like, I'm not gonna buy a different mascara just because it's green for Elphaba when my perfect mascara from Rare works just as good. Lastly is some other favorite things of mine, just in a world perspective, is I love seeing people who are talking about overconsumption, who are talking about the problems of fast fashion, but most importantly and nearest and dearest to my heart is people who are de-influencing and who are talking negatively about skinny talk. It is so damaging. My favorite thing is seeing people rise up against it, of saying we do not have to look a certain way to fit into a pair of leggings. Like legging legs was trending this year, and that's disgusting. If you have a pair of legs and a pair of leggings, boom, you have legging legs. You don't need to have a certain look to fit into a pair of leggings. I love seeing so many people showing their true selves and saying we don't need to look a certain way, I don't need to fit into a certain body, when the world is currently in social media, in the cinema landscape, in the industry, everyone is idolizing such a skinny look, and it's scary. It's scary of what that can do to younger generations. So I love seeing people say, I'm here, I'm in a bigger body, I'm not gonna stop living my life the way I want to because you think it's prettier to be skinny. I love seeing people just being themselves. That's my favorite thing of 2025, of just seeing people be themselves and not feel a need to conform to what society or the industry or skinny talk is telling us that we need to look like. That got really dark, I'm really sorry. But one of my also favorite things is I started a YouTube channel this year, and we've actually a while ago hit over 100 subscribers, and I just want to say thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it. I just started this because I was a creative girl who always grew up watching YouTube videos and wondered if I could do it. So thank you to everyone who has always supported me, and if you want to continue supporting me by subscribing or liking or sharing this video, I would be more than happy. But if you don't, just be kind. If you don't want to do anything like or follow all that, just be kind to one another, and that'll be good enough for me. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Sorry it got so dark and sentimental at the end, but I will see you in another one. Bye for now.